take this opportunity, however, to suggest that we all hail Qapla. Oh, that's all I'm saying.
Forgive me, Doctor. I'm receiving a number of distress calls. I don't doubt it.
Y'all remember to tip your waitresses. Have a mighty fine night.
You come in peace, surrender or be destroyed. Here to make war, we surrender. Falsehood, important things are giving you weakness.
When the appointed hour arrives, the Marauders will deactivate their cloaking devices and begin transporting Klingon shock troops directly to the landing zone.
Landing zone? Where? Tell me.
Why not? Your feeble weapons will be useless against us. We will kill all your males and take your females to mate with.
All right. Now the Federation's taking over, whether you like it or not. You people, you've been running this planet like a piecework factory. From now on, it's going to be under one roof. You're going to run it like a business. That means you're going to make a profit.
Look at these 3 words written larger than the rest, with a special pride never written before, or since. Tall words, proudly saying, "We the people."
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Ezri Dax on DS9, and I welcome you to Birdo Prey 5 channel. Hail Karoga.
Hello world, it's Birdo Prey 5, Qapla, and welcome to Bed Life for Friday, July 1st, 2022, aka Canada Day, for our friends in the true deep north. Oh, Canada, our home and native land. True patriot love in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see the rise, the true North strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. On guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. And by God, we mean America. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. And we also mean America. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for America, the brave. all the syrup you guys want, really. All the syrup you Americans want. Or take it. The oil too. It's yours. Just keep giving us that sweet, sweet, cheap medicine. Yeah. Oh, Canada. Happy 150th? I don't know. Some number of Canadian days. 200? No, I don't think it's been that many. But congrats. Congrats. We didn't think you'd make it this far, but you sure showed us. You did. Good for you. Good for you guys. Not Ryan Johnson was first in the chat. Says, hello in Qapla. Hail Karoga. Hail Karoga. 47 Yorktown. There it is. Happy 155th Canada Day to my fellow Canadians. Qapla. 47 Yorktown. Congratulations. Not Ryan Johnson says trip. Hashtag Steelbird's garbage. Bird didn't specify. No spoilers for Stranger Things. You're right. I forgot about Stranger Things. I still have quite a few episodes to catch up on. And John Araki says Max is in worse shape than Bird at the end. Oh, that's too bad. That is too bad. John Araki with a dollar super chat before the stream even starts. Thank you, John Araki. Let's see, what did you get?
Who's been holding up the damn
Who's
elevator?
been holding up the damn elevator? Well, thank you, John Araki. John Araki puts in Vecna dollars and says hashtag salt frites the way to be. Salt frites the way to be. Jedi Bill says Qapla, my brother warrior, and hail Karoga. Qapla to you, Jedi Bill. Richie Poole puts in 5 Vok. Qapla, Richie. LDG waves, welcome LDG. Dan Ben says hello. Hello, Dan Ben. 47 Yorktown says hello. Young sir, hello, 47. Again, this time I'd actually started the stream early. Mike Richards says, greetings from Columbus, Ohio. Alberto Prey in chat. Greetings, Mike Richards. Aravic Saunders says, Qapla, live long and prosper. And he says, hey to Mike Richards. And hello to LDG. Mike Richards is in the house. Words and pictures says, Qapla, Alberto Prey. Good to see you. Good to be here. Good to see that you are here. Words and pictures. Mike Richards says, he's Canadian adjacent. Does that count to 47 Yorktown? Of course it counts. Yeah, of course you have. 47 Yorktown. I have tears in my eyes. That was the plan, 47 Yorktown. If I could get one Canadian to tear up today, I did my job. Okay, well, stream's over. I'm going back to bed. Words and pictures is harsh to make the Canadians suffer on this day by singing to them. I was doing them a favor. Pop Culture Curator says, hello, guys. And Qapla, Bird of Prey. Hope you are doing well. Thank you, Pop Culture Curator. I hope it's being received well. What singing madness is this? It's Canadian Day, my Canada Day, not Ryan Johnson. It's 4 days before 4th of July. You can always remember it by that. Qapla, Cinnabon Bunny, Qapla. Cinnabon Bunny, I watched your entire stream from last night when I woke up this morning. For those of you who were too tired, you should watch Cinnabon's night stream from last night. I'm not going to spoil anything, but our own Cinnabon, poor Cinnabon, he has a I don't know if I'd call it a disease, a degenerative. I don't know exactly what I'd call it, but when I heard the things that he would do to the Bajoran wormhole if he had access to a holodeck, I was both nervous yet giddy, and a little sad, a lot sad, but a little scared. For the things he said he would do to the Bajoran wormhole, given access to a holodeck. I thought it was both brave and stunning that he would admit these things. So good for you, Cinnabon. Good for you. I pray one day I have that honesty that you showed last night on your stream. Honesty and bravery. 47 Yorktowns is good enough for me, Mike Richards. Richie Poole says, early, oh pray. Yes, I was early. Not Ryan Johnson says, it's Friday, Blood Ear Friday for anyone listening to Bird of Prey 5 singing today. Mike Richards says, does the early Bird of Prey 5 get the worm? I don't know, but the second mouse gets the cheese. Mike Richards, yeah, that's what I just read. Thomas Potts says, how is it possible to spoil Strange New Worlds? Well, Thomas, that's a solid question. I'm not sure it is possible to spoil Strange New Worlds, but even if even if we weren't sure, I will just, I won't say who dies. I won't say who dies, only for the fact that there is death in this episode. Okay, so one person you might care about, and one person you definitely don't care about, because you never knew them before this episode. So, yeah. Yvette says, good evening, Bird and everyone. Qapla, Yvette. Cinnabon's laughing. Arabic Sandra says, hey to Yvette. Elihu who's in the house. Qapla. Elihu who. Yvette says, hey to Arabic. And Pop Culture also says hello to Yvette. Anyway, yeah, I was quite the interesting morning I had watching Cinnabon. PCAT says, word, Sir Bird. Hope all is well. Thank you, PCAT. We've got yet another medication change. We'll see if it works out. I obviously felt awake enough to attempt to sing something, so that's not too bad in the scheme of things. Thomas Potts almost died watching the Mbenga episode. Pop Culture Curator says, how do you spoil rancid feces? Well, people can figure out ways. Mr. Londell says, Qapla, Mr. Londell. So, Thomas, do you mean this recent Mbenga episode, or the Dr. Mbenga episode from last week, or maybe 2 weeks before that? Dan Van, I don't care about Strange New World spoilers. Different streaming platform these days. I just watch whatever's available to him. Well, that's fine. I've watched Strange New Worlds, Orville, and The Boys. I did not get to watch Stranger Things. In fact, I only found out today that they dropped the second half of the season, and I don't think I finished watching the first half of the season. Now that they dropped the second half, I'll go back and finish it. That said, I really couldn't care less about Stranger Things spoilers, because it's not a show that I care that much about. I watch it, I enjoy it to a point, but somebody told me at the end of Stranger Things, so-and-so dies, and whatever, gets sent up on a rocket ship to the moon, I'd believe it, and I would never care that anybody told me, because I'm going to watch it whether I know the ending or not. Now, if somebody told me the ending about the Orville, and that they send, Bortus to the moon, that would annoy me, because that I don't want to know. I don't want to know how the Orville is going to end until it does. And since we're talking about it, I highly doubt. I sorry, BJ, if you're listening. If I had to put money on it, I don't think we're getting a season 4. We're five episodes in now? Five episodes in, and there's only 5 episodes left. So I don't know what's going on, but this was not the season I was hoping for. I can definitively say this was not the season I was hoping for. At best, they could do half a season, but half a season isn't going to be enough to turn the ship around. Listen, if everybody in America except me loved the show, then I would still be happy, because that would mean we're still getting season 4. But I can tell there weren't all that many people who loved it before it came back. And now I would say they've lost half their audience. probably forever at this point. So even if everybody who loved it came back to it, that's 1.5 million viewers. That's not enough. That's not enough. I don't believe, to sustain a big budget show like the Orville. So, Mike Richards says hashtag more speed for Bird. Elihu says, wow, a rarity. Bird of Prey is actually less than 5 comments behind. Pop Culture Curator says, hit the like, guys. Show Bird some love. Oh, thank you. Thomas Potts, last week with his daughter. Yes. So Dr. Mbenga last week sent his daughter away to live with an alien who supposedly said the alien had a cure. I mean, apparently it wasn't a cure the doctor could verify in any way, shape, or form. They just had to believe. He just had to believe there was a cure. Dan Van says, no, I didn't sign up to Paramount Plus in UK due to having other TV stuff. No problem, Dan Van. The other problem with Paramount Plus is that shows they told us were going to be on Paramount Plus, like the 4 Sixes Ranch show, that is a follow-up to Yellowstone, they decided to pull off of Paramount Plus and put on the fucking Paramount Network. Why do I have to pay money to Paramount Plus and I don't get the fucking Paramount Network? They have 2 fucking extra. 2. It's like every other place. They've got 1 streaming. So even Disney is not like, oh, let's do Disney Plus and Disney, the Disney Channel, separate Disney Channel streaming service, right? I don't think they do. You buy one, you get it all. You got Disney, you got Disney the channel, or whatever's on the Disney Channel. I believe. I honestly, truth be told, I don't give a shit about the Disney Channel, so I'm not sure. But I've never heard anybody say they have to buy the Disney Channel and Disney Plus. If they do, then you know, whatever. They're stupid. But fuck this. Paramount, you have to get Paramount Plus and the fucking Paramount Network, which like nobody has, to watch Yellowstone and all the series based on Yellowstone. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Pop Culture Curator says none of us were hoping for, I guess, the Orville. That's what we got. Mr. Trent 100, Qapla, Mr. Trent, says, For All Mankind is back. 1ST first episode is great. The first episode of For All Mankind was, I believe, so far probably the best episode of this season. I don't get me wrong, I still like For All Mankind, but man, these last couple of episodes, they took a turn. They took a turn that I'm not liking. That said, still, by all means, watch the first season of For All Mankind. It is a 9.99 out of 10. The second season together is probably an 8 out of 10. This third season, I'm not sure yet. We're 3 episodes in. 3 episodes. Wait, what's today? Friday. Today's the 4th. I haven't watched it yet. I have not watched the most recent episode of For All Mankind yet. Maybe we'll watch that tonight. If not tonight, then definitely tomorrow. I do love me some For All Mankind. Thomas Bond says, well, you were right. there wouldn't be a season 3. Thank you, Thomas. It means a lot. It means a lot. Richie Pools is in the last episode of the season series. Ed Mercer becomes Grand Emperor of the Galaxy. He might. Elihu takes back his comment. Bird of Prey got into an Orville rant. Dan Ben says, I should be able to watch Star Trek in the future, like Lower Decks, Prodigy, Picard, if they don't jump into a different streaming platform. John DeMarco says, rant time. Yeah. Miss Londell says, I'll take a bad Orville episode over any of the good so-called new Trek you keep complaining about. That's a fair point, Miss Londell. The bad Orvilles are still better than the new Treks. Pop Culture Curious says, Disney has that and Hulu. Look at what they did to the Orville. I see. Well, they were not 100% owners of Hulu. But who knows? Hulu was supposed to be the way for all of the over-the-air networks to consolidate, right? All the over-the-air networks, ABC, NBC, CBS, and Fox, were supposed to be releasing their live shows onto Hulu. That was what it was supposed to be. Then Disney, who already owned ABC, bought Fox. So now Disney has control over Hulu. And that kind of fucked everything up. So now Hulu kind of became a second Disney property. And it sucks. That sucks. That sucks some more. So now you've got actual NBC with Peacock and I don't know what ABC is part of Disney already. So and Fox. Now Fox is part of Disney. ABC is part of Disney. NBC is starting its own Peacock thing and it already started. So it's like, and CBS has Paramount Plus. So it's like, why am I still paying Hulu? I'm paying Hulu literally for the Orville. I mean, if it wasn't for the Orville on Hulu, I never would have kept paying for Hulu all these fucking years. The Orville kind of screwed me over. Thanks, Seth. You kind of screwed me over by moving to Hulu. Hulu's probably the one I could have got rid of if not for the Orville. Dan Ben says, yeah, Disney removed everything in the UK and you can only get it on Disney Plus. Yeah, I'm not surprised. John DeMarco, the son of John, says, hello, son of John. Dan Ben says, my Sky TV box allows me to download a lot of other streaming platforms. Then you just sign in and pay. It comes free, Peacock, and I pay for Amazon. My Sky TV box. Because that's how it works. Good for you, Dan. That sounds like a very gray market box they sell here. Star Trek Nitpicker says, my thoughts on the Gorn episode. Thank you, Star Trek Nitpickers. I saw that you had released a video, a stream today. So check out Star Trek Nitpickers. I had it up, but I didn't get a chance to watch it yet. His thoughts on the Gorn episode. Since I'm keeping this spoiler free, I'll just say that my thoughts on the Gorn episode personally were bad. Very, very bad. And obviously I put out a review. I put out a review. So if you haven't checked it out, my review for yesterday's Strange New Worlds is out. Rock Solid Productions with a 22-month super chat. Thank you, my friend. He says the Orville and Strange New Worlds suck. Well, that is your opinion. You're welcome to it. I would say, well, I wouldn't say the Orville sucks. I would say the Orville has been off to a rough start of this third season, and there's no, any time it had is pretty much over. Next week has to be like a 9 out of 10 if they have any hope of salvaging the season. And unfortunately, I just don't see that happening. But you never know. You never know. Son of a red shirt, says Qapla, says Bird of Prey, and the super cool peeps here today. Happy Canada Day to all my American cousins. Hope you're having a great one. It's good to see you in particular, brother Bird of Prey. You're looking fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Cheers. Thank you so much. And we got Kissing Dax. We got Kissing Dax. Who did Kissing Dax? Disney donated $1.49. The mouse himself, Mickey himself, donated $1.49 and says, yes, everything is our fault. It's our fault for Ukraine, gas prices. Heck, we get blamed for things we don't even own. My God, you people have severe Disney derangement syndrome. DDS. Yes. DDS for it's not so bad. It's not so bad having DDS. Wow. Thank you, Disney, for the Kissing Dax super chat. If you wanted to get a character to own, you'd throw your money after bringing Dax to the Disney Channel. Then you'd have a service I'd pay for. 24/7 Kissing Dax. There's a channel. I bet I could get 100 of my closest friends to subscribe as well. Disney, just putting it out there. The Kissing Dax channel. It would be our pleasure. Son of a red shirt, thank you. Earlier, back at the opening of the stream, I sang "Oh Canada" to all my Canadian constituents. Thank you for not reporting this channel for hate speech. Bob Culture Curator says, I know Disney doesn't own 100% of Hulu, but they own enough to have controlling interest. I believe they do. Miss Lodell says, Pop Culture Curator, I'd really like to see you pitch and develop a television show. Mike Richards, the son of a red shirt, greetings from the other side of Lake Erie. Dan Van says, NCIS has 4 shows. 2 of the shows show new episodes on TV, whilst the other 2s are on different streaming platforms. I had no idea. John DeMarco, I just picked up Hulu to watch this season of The Orville. After the season, I'll drop it. That's cool. I'm trying to think of anything else on Hulu that's worth watching. To be honest with John, I don't know what you're into, but probably just Orville. I also used it to watch Mayans, the motorcycle gang. That was a split off of Sons of Anarchy. That was also on Hulu. There was a hell of a lot of other stuff too. Now I got to figure out how to watch Better Call Saul, because that's coming, if it hasn't dropped already. Dan Ben says, in the UK, New Simpsons is on Sky and Disney Plus. Well, Dan Ben, I have given up on The Simpsons. Till about season 22. Seasons 1 to 22, I'm okay with. I really couldn't care about anything after 24. So even 23, I'm done. Dan Ben, I'm glad to have free Peacock in case new Battlestar ever gets made. The question is, would it be free if it does get made? That's the kind of show they'd probably, I think, require you to pay for. Like they have four seasons of The Office, but if you want to go beyond 4 seasons, you got to pay. I was like, well, that's not fair. I don't want to watch 4 seasons of The Office. Now I have to pay to watch the rest. No. Star Trek Nitpicker says Bird of Prey is having bad thoughts. Haha. I didn't think about it that way, but yes. Dan Ben, it's like with 911, I can watch the original show, new episodes on Sky, but spin-off, it moved to Disney Plus. 911 moved to Disney Plus. Mike Richards, the son of a red shirt, not too bad, but very warm. 95 degrees. Yeah, it's about, I think we're in the upper 80s here. Probably warmer. John DeMarco says, Arabic, thanks. As for being a Trekkie, he has a passing interest so far. Thomas says, okay, salty bird. Okay, don't call me salty. Arabic says, hey, it's a start, John. Antiderivative Jill, Qapla, Antiderivative Jill says, hello, I'll be listening as getting ready to go do errands and drive and stuff. I love your streams, Bird. We love you, Antiderivative Jill. Thank you for coming. Mr. Lundell says, I thought DDS was a degree in dentistry. It's also apparently Disney derangement syndrome. The Multi-Gun Man says, Bird. Hey, Multi-Gun Man. How's it going? It's going well enough, Multi-Gun Man. Hope you're doing well. Dan Ben says, Oh, Canada, as sung by Ralph Wiggum. And with a flute up his nose, Ralph Wiggum. The Multi-Gun Man says, the man, the myth, the legend, the @John DeMarco. Star Trek Nitpicker says, please subscribe to @BirdoPrey5. And he puts in all BirdoPrey5 custom emojis. Thank you, Star Trek Nitpickers. Please subscribe to Star Trek Nitpickers. And Nitpickers is certainly free to put in a link to his channel anytime he wants because he's a moderator. In fact, any moderator on this channel, if your name is blue, that means you. I have a gift for rhyme, but only some of the time. If you have a blue username on this channel, you're welcome to put in a link to your own channel or any other YouTube channel or any link, any YouTube or website link you want. If it's for you, if it's for a friend, somebody in the community, anything that's just not spam. Okay? If you're have any good reason to put out the link, you're welcome to do so. And that's anytime, not just during bed life, anytime. Arabic Saunders says, Bird of Prey, I'm going to a fan expo, con tomorrow. John Delancey canceled, but I still get to see the 4 Hobbits. I might take some video and post it on my first YouTube content. Good for you, Arabic. Good for you. Thomas says, isn't Futurama on Hulu? Probably is. It probably is, Thomas. I watch them on my own recordings. Star Trek Nitpicker says, Animaniacs on Hulu, Tiny Toons. Oh, those are good. Arabic Saunders says, Fear the Walking Dead is on Hulu. So is Natoro and some Trek, I believe. Really? I didn't think there was any Trek left on Hulu. The Multi-Gun Man confirmed Bird of Prey 5 is in the Mayans motorcycle gang. I don't think they'd take me. Gorilla's Random Thoughts says, hey, everyone. Hello, Gorilla. Miss Lundell says, Hulu also has Stargate, SG-1, Atlantis, and I believe SGU as well. That's right. Hulu has the Stargates. John Araki says, Futurama, Family Guy, American Dad, Archer, Always Sunny, What We Do in the Shadows, Bob Burgos, and Archer again. Why did I say Archer twice? Futurama, Family Guy. Those are all good things. Yes, Futurama, Family Guy, though not the new Futurama. I don't think it's going to be on Hulu, right? It's going to be on. I forgot who is confirming it. Gorilla's Random Thoughts says, hey to everyone. Hello, Gorilla. Miss Lundell says, yes. Hulu also has SG-1, Atlantis, and I believe SGU. Arabic Sanders says, hey to Gorilla's Random Thoughts. Fun stream the other night. Absolutely. One I wasn't at, but next time, please. Mike Richards says, thoughts and greetings. Andrew Jill says, I love Stargate. I have it all on DVD, not Blu-ray yet. Oh, that's fine. Was it even, I guess later episodes, and SGU might have been on Blu-ray, but when Stargate SG-1 started, there certainly, I don't think there was any Blu-rays yet. Dan Ben, I recorded The Simpsons, but didn't watch it. Nitpicker says Family Guy's on Hulu. Dan Ben says, when I was younger, the first season of Star Wars, Clone Wars, was shown on Cinema Channel, but you had to pay extra for. Then they showed it on for free on Cartoon Network. Those sons of bitches. Dan Benz, I think there was some issues about making Stargate show Blu-ray quality. Dan Benz says, you'll find the shows can be different platforms depending on the country you're in. John DeMarco says, Bird of Prey, speaking as someone in blue, thank you for all you do. John, you know what I do here. Thank you for all you do. As a fellow content creator, I think we all know, we all have some idea what goes into this. And I, for one, know that the kind of content you put out takes a lot more editing time than the kind of content I put out. So thank you, John. It takes all kinds. Multi-Gunman says, Bird of Prey, how did you end up on the outside of the Bird of Prey? And how do you breathe in space? You must have Kurogan superpowers. You know, I've often come to wonder, how did I wind up on the outside of the cockpit with Garfield? Yeah, usually I guess there should have been a second. There should have been like a second cockpit inside the Bird of Prey cockpit that would either show I was connecting to my ship and like you were watching me from a Bird of Prey, or you were on a different ship and the Bird of Prey cockpit was inside the viewer screen of whatever your cockpit was. But at that point, I would have been so small, I would have been like, well, there's almost no point to having me. But then I think, hey, if I'm that tiny, I really don't have to worry about how closely, I look. So, like this bad back green screen, it really wouldn't be so bad behind me. So now I'm thinking I'm going to go ahead and do that. So even if I just become smaller on the screen, at least you have something to look at. And if you don't want to look at something, we can always go back to this screen. Certainly easier on me, but I get the feeling that people rather see me, even if it's tiny me, they'd rather see something of me. Multigun Man. Yes, how do you end up on the outside? Richie Pools is Bird of Prey. This guy in blue doesn't watch Hulu. That's okay, Richie. No worries. John Araki says Vikings, Married with Children, King of the Hill, Rick and Morty. I'm for all of those except Rick and Morty. Arabic Sanda says thanks for the sub to John DeMarco. Nitpicker says, did you guys see the new Frasier trailer? WTF. I did see something about Frasier. Dan Ben says Star Trek, the animated series, could survive in space without spacesuits if they use life support belts. Dan Ben says, I saw a Frasier trailer, which I'm going to say was fake. It's a fake. I think it's real. Arabic Sonder loves Frasier. And John DeMarco says, no problem, Arabic. I didn't realize I wasn't subbed already. You're welcome, John. Richie Pools says, Dan Ben, yes. Starfleet experimented briefly with life support belts and the early versions of the holodeck on the animated series. Pop Culture Curator says, Bird is sitting at the command chair. We see his reflection in the glass. Oh, is that what it is? I support that idea. Pop Culture Curator. John Araki says, excuse me, X-Files, Venture Brothers, Lost. Whoa. X-Files was a Fox, and Lost was NBC. So I don't know where X-Files and Lost are on the same thing, unless they're both on Hulu. But even if they were on Hulu, so watch X-Files and don't ever watch Lost. Why anybody would watch Lost on? No. Lost is worst. Lost is the worst thing on. Lost is worse than Game of Thrones. Nobody would let their friends start watching Game of Thrones. Nobody should let their friends start watching Lost. Game of Thrones, if you cut them off after season 5, okay, they'll care, they'll love you again. But Lost, if they even get started with Lost, you failed them. You failed them completely. Friends do not let friends watch Lost. That's it, period, the end. Friends do not let friends start watching Lost. John Araki says, rescue me, Venture Brothers, and Lost. Scares me. Dan Ben says, the Star Trek nitpickers, do you mean this? It's a link. Thomas Potts says, Lost was ABC. Whatever, Thomas. ABC, NBC. The point is, it wasn't Fox. The point is, it wasn't Fox, but thank you. I appreciate. I honestly thought it was NBC. Either way, it wasn't Fox. Captain Fandom Nerd Qapla says, happy Friday. Fertile Prey, happy Friday to you, Captain. Thomas says, Lost was a good show, but guess I'll never leave. Lost was never a good show, Thomas. Lost, they lied. They lied to us. Dan Ben says, Lost was on different channels in the UK. I remember seeing something that said it was ABC in America. Okay, yes. Congratulations. Everybody knew it was ABC except me. I get it. Poor Lost. No, not poor Lost. They lied to us. Fuck them. Chronos says, Qapla, Bird of Prey, and chat can't stay long because I'm high on the heat. Stay cool, Chronos. Stay cool. Antiderivative Jill with Orville reviews every Tuesday on Antiderivative Jill with Pop Culture Curator. So links for Antiderivative Jill and Pop Culture Curators channels. John DeMarco says, don't leave, Thomas. Chrono says, I've never seen Lost. LDG says, don't get lost. I agree. Wesley Crusher's in the house with the Sisso Prey, Bird O'Prey, Tribble, Nephew O'Prey, Sassy, Mom O'Prey, Karoga, General Chang, Bird O'Prey, and number 5 avatars. emojis. Hakeem actually likes Lost. Hakeem, I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Dan Ben saw some of Lost and liked Danielle. Danielle, the pregnant lady, she was cute. She was cute. There was no Kate, but she was cute. Miss Londell says Lost was some of the greatest television of the 21st century, and that ending, tremendous, stupendous, earth-shaking, the stuff television was meant for. Miss Londell, I know you are just trying to see me. You're trying to see me rise. You're trying to get me so angry. I get out of my bed and I throw the hospital bed out the front window of my house, thereby destroying the front of my house, causing some sort of destruction to the utility pipes coming into my house, and forcing me to pull Mama Prey out of the house and Sassy to safety. I know that's what you're trying to do. I appreciate it, but it's not gonna end well. It is not going to end well. And Jill puts in a Karogan flag and a maple leaf. Thomas says ABC is owned by Disney. I said that earlier, Thomas. Captain Random Nerd says hello to Antidote Jill. Captain Fandom Nerd says hello to Antidote Jill. Mike Richards says hail to Kronos. Wesley Crusher, Bird of Prey, greetings, birds, salty turds, and nerds. Wow, Qapla West. Kronos says MSNBC, the most trusted news channel ever. Android of Jill has a beaver. Oh no, did I just say that? I'm sorry, Android of Jill, but you did put in a beaver emoji in my defense. Captain Fandom Nerd says hello to Hakeem. Android of Jill says hello to Captain. Arabic Sonder has some coffee and a live long and prosper avatar. Everybody saying hello to each other. Star Trek Nitfigure says yes. Dan Ben, it is real. Is it real? Is what real? Did I miss something? Mike Richards says greetings to Captain Fandom Nerd. Wesley Crusher says Bird of Prey, I've missed so many streams. I always had to work around this time. It's okay, Wes. Don't worry. Nothing that exciting ever happens. Chrono says I'm too hot to get here to type hey so many times. That's okay, Chronos. Thomas says goodbye, salty bird. Have to go to dinner so you can continue to hate a show I liked. Lost? You liked Lost? If you like Lost, Thomas, I make no apologies. Captain Phantom Nerd says, Bird of Prey, Monday will be my first stream back. Monday, the 4th of July. I look forward to that, Captain. I look forward to that. Miss Lundell says, whatever you do, don't spoil the boys. Haven't seen the latest episode. Okay, well, I won't. Chrono says, these are Tribble O praise. The avatar, yes. Hakeem says hello to Kronos. Dan Ben says Nitfigures. I didn't think it was real. The Frasier. Wesley says Bird of Prey. I have to get my money's worth out of those emojis. I don't blame you, Wes. I don't blame you. Kronos says Potts was getting ignored again. I don't let Thomas Potts be ignored. Anti-Jill says friends don't let friends watch Lost. Exactly. John Araki says Lost greater than Picard. Kind of. Kronos says I could use a holodeck that has AC. You know, I bet they all have AC. Wesley says Bird of Prey, I want to see you so angry that you walk again. I don't know if it'd work like that, Wes. I don't know if it'd work like that. Regardless, at least it's fake AC. Nitpicker says Kelsey Grammer is a force of nature. Sideshow Bob. Yeah. Grammar. Yeah, grammar. Kronos says Jill is hot for a married girl. Gal. I'm not saying one way or another. Andrew Jill says everything is better than Drek. So happy we have number 735 episodes of Real Track. 735 episodes of Real Track, 1966 to 2005. And Dan Ben says Nitpickers, probably a fan-made trailer, if you read the comments on the video. P-Cat says, ugh, lost. Hated their promos, their last season. Next week, questions will be answered. They wound up answering half a question and giving you 2 more questions they won't answer. And then you had to get the DVDs to get the answers to some of the questions. They decided to put the answers that they should have aired the night the show ended as a special feature only on the DVD. Like, I'm going to give them 50 more bucks to get the fucking answers that they owed me on a free TV show. Remember, when Lost aired, there was no such thing as streaming sites. There was no such thing as paying money to hear how a TV show ended. Okay? The show was on the public airways. The free answer should have been broadcast. No, I don't generally stand for hacking or downloading illegal content, but fuck them. I wasn't going to pay them. I already paid them with my time. No. Dan Ben, is that new Beavis and Butthead movie being made? It's already released, Dan Ben, and I've seen it, and it's good. It's good. It's good. It's worth watching. If you watch the original Beavis and Butthead Do America, and you liked the original Beavis and Butthead, you'd probably like this movie. No reason you wouldn't. Kronos says, was that a beaver? Could have been Caddyshack Super Squirrel. No, that's a beaver. All right. If you see enough beavers, they become easy to recognize. A lot of beavers up in Canada. So maybe it was out there for Canada Day. Maybe that's why. John Araki says Lost is better than Samurai Cop. You know, I don't know. Samurai Cop is probably a lot more fun than Lost. Star Trek Nitpicker says, I hear the new Beavis and Butthead movie is on Paramount Plus. It is, and that's where I watched it. Wesley says, Hail Karoga, the land of Jaloja, where the great leader Birdo Prey 5 builds bridges. Something. We love building bridges over trucks and ridges. Oh man. Oh, you know, my uncle, who has some singing abilities, recorded Bed Life for me, but I forgot to check it to see if it would pass the YouTube algorithm, because it has a very similar beat, obviously, to That's Life by Frank Sinatra. I mean, I'm sure if I played it and if it took the stream down, I could fight it. But who wants to fight it for a month just for a stream that I'll have to check it. Oh, after today, I will check it and see how it does. And if it passes, then I'll play it again sometime. And if it doesn't, I'll fight it, but not through the stream. Hopefully, it'll get it. They'll understand they can't block it after the fact. We'll see. Samurai Jack, greater than most other things, says Kronos. Wesley says, Hail Corona. I read that. Hail Corona. Wesley says, Bird of Prey, if Turkestan is the land of poop and Karoga is the land of Georgia, does that make the two nations a toilet? No. Captain Fandom Nerd says, Hail Tribbles on Karoga. Praise Mamo Prey, Sassy, Nephew O Prey, and Sissel Prey. Oh, thank you, Captain Fandom Nerd. LDG says, Mr. Lundell, I got the boys ready in the backstage after Bird Show. Wink, wink. Dan Ben has watched Cheers and Frasier. Star Trek Nitpickers says, Dan Ben, I Googled it. It's a fan-made thing. But there is a Frasier remake in the works. Wow. Wesley says, I did that one. Mike Richards says, Dan Ben, I liked Fringe, and the finale was totally logical, unlike Lost. Chrono says, Kurogan lies made me forget about the heat. Bird of Prey, may I stick around? Of course, Chrono. Mamo Prey says there's no heat here. Now you've got Kronos interested in a Mamo Prey tale. No tail, it's just cold, says Mamo Prey. You're wearing a jacket and a blanket. 205. I can't read that 205. We're in a no spoiler. No spoilers till Saturday channel. I gotta say, 205, you've been your clues haven't been so great the last few days. You've got Mamo Prey worried she's forgetting. She hasn't been able to. Her brain is on vacation. Actually, speaking of Wordle, we should do Wordle. Kronos is Bird of Prey. Please step on a rake and make that sound. There. I don't know if that sounds good or not. The lovely Sherry is in the house. Qapla, the lovely Sherry. Pop Culture Curator says, check out my channel for the Ray Bradbury Theater Watch Party, as well as visiting famous filming locations. Yes, please check out Pop Culture Curator's channel, and there's the link. Dang syrup slurpers, says Kronos. Oh, it's getting warmer now. I'm going to hell, says Kronos. Mike Richards, I'm up to 35 subscribers. No original content, but a ton of books, movies, TV, and shows and music. Kronos says, peep subs for me. Peep subs. People sub to him for some strange reason. It's because they love you, Kronos. Kronos says, there can be only one. Lovely Sherry is getting waved to. Everybody wants to say hello to the lovely Sherry. Kronos says he's never saw Fringe. Dan Ben says the Star Trek Nitpickers, yes, the new Frasier is official. Kronos says, hey to Mamo Prey. Says, woohoo. I would like a tail. I know, Kronos. I know. Wesley Crutcher, the Bird of Prey. I'm in Southern California. I think it's 110 outside. Well, There's worse places to be in 110, Wes. I hope you're enjoying it. Kronos says, I'm a spoiled brat. I can't deal with spoilers. I know. It's okay, Kronos. I'm keeping the spoilers away from you. Gorilla's Random Thoughts says, Arabic Saunders, thank you. It was fun. Dan Benz, I remember when I was younger and the last episode of Lost aired the same time it did in America. So I was like 5 or 6 in the morning in the UK. Wow. Nitpicker says, I'm okay, Dan Ben. I'm glad that wasn't real. Kronos says, my brain is writing checks that my body can cash. Okay. Kronos. Kronos is Bird of Prey, very weak sideshow Bob. All I did was, I'm sorry. The Random Menace says, the words are so crappy lately. The words are so crappy lately in Wordle. I have the feeling they do not speak English at all. You know, they skipped over like 2,000 words when it was fetus. The fucking, like, when it was it 2 months ago, when the word was fetus, they decided to skip over like 2,000 words. They skipped over one word and kept going, we would have been fine. But you know what word they skipped over? Trump. They had to skip over thousands and thousands of words. And then they put us a little behind Trump. How do I know it was a little behind Trump? Because when I went to look at the source code and I had Googled where Trump was, I recognized those words. And sure enough, if I'd scrolled just a little further up the page, Trump would have been listed. So what they did was tell people to jump to a word after Trump, but then scroll so that Trump isn't on the screen. Otherwise, it would be too convenient. Everybody would know that we were skipping the word Trump. So I had to go to Trump, scroll down below Trump, and sure enough, there was the word that we skipped to that day. And I forget what it was, but it had been fetus. The lovely Sherry says, let's get Kronos to 100 and puts a link for Kronos' channel. Fringe is on HBO Max, says Random Menace. Kronos says grrr. Richie Poole says Kronos, he's back. What I miss. Wesley Crudgers with Bird of Prey, heading to work now. Just pretend I'm still making comments. I will, Wes, I will. Kronos says I can speak gibberish. Lovely Sherry says, have a great day, Wes. Everybody says later, Wes, except Kronos. He says, of course, to shut up. Shut up, Wes. Mama Bray, going back to sleep. I'm tired. You okay?
Yeah.
Yes, you can lay down. Might as well get some rest. Dan Ben says, this isn't about the new Simpsons. Did you see the fake thing where people added a character to clips of the show? I did not, but I would notice it right away. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to put on a TV commercial. We'll come back. We will do Wordle, and then we'll do some Dear Bops. Trump is an obscene word, so Wordle can't use it. Is that it? Maybe that's what it was. That would be, I guess, unfortunate, since it's a word used quite often.
Read about tennis tots, political posters, and the miniseries Shogun, all in the new issue of TV Guide magazine.
One of the nice things about McDonald's Chicken McNuggets, those hot, tasty pieces of boneless chicken, is that they're packaged in sizes for every appetite. Let me illustrate. Enter the six-pack. A logical lunch. McNuggets 9, a delight for dinner. And a pack of 20? Hey, perfect for picnics and parties. Of course, these are mere suggestions. Your appetite will be the true guide.
It's a good time for a great taste of McDonald's.
Sears teams up velour and corduroy for a sporty look at a winning price. First, corduroy pants, a super value at only $8.99. The fit super too, and you save $5. Snuggle into a rich velour top for just $12.99. The luxury of velour in a soft knit blend, and you save $5. The pants in assorted colors, the tops in crew V and boat neck. Hurry, this sale ends Saturday at Sears, where America shops for value.
Give me a mountain and nothing to do. Give me the sunshine, give me your dew. Give me something simple and true. All I need is sunshine and smooth, refreshing mountain dew. Yeah, give me a river, give me a dew. Give me my good friends, give me a dew. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Kodak introduces the extraordinary Kodamatic trim print instant color film. Unlike the ordinary instant print, the extraordinary trim print lets you lift off the image to capture the color just the way you like it. And now look how slim I am. I slip easily into places the ordinary bulky instant doesn't fit. So you can keep me in style here in your album with your regular pictures. You can trim me. Watch it. And I'm so thin you can put me where you couldn't put an ordinary instant picture. You can show me off. You can do all kinds of things with me that you can't do with an ordinary instant picture. Here I am, with the new Kodamatic trim print instant color film.
Anyone can do extraordinary things, but he didn't tell you trim print is only for Kodamatic instant cameras.
You didn't tell him it's only from Kodak.
What?
You didn't tell him it was only from Kodak.
Extraordinary.
Thank you. Trim print, the extraordinary new instant color film from Kodak.
The Computer Factory wants you to get the competitive edge with the Apple rebate sale. Purchase a qualifying Apple system now and get cash back. Buy the Apple IIgs for only $549 after Apple rebate, or the Apple IIc for only $549 after rebate, or the powerful Macintosh Plus for only $1,449 after Apple rebate. Hurry in to your nearest Computer Factory store for their lowest prices of the year on Apple. Plenty of stock on hand at all Computer Factory locations.
Tap, Cola, what a beautiful drink. Tap, Cola, for beautiful people. Tap, Cola, you're beautiful to me. Real cola tastes just 1 calorie. Tap, Cola, what a beautiful drink. Tap, Cola, for beautiful people. Tap, Cola, it's beautiful to be so good and sugar-free. Tap. Get a little closer. Now don't be shy. You can get a little closer with Arid Extra Dry.
Only Arid has a patent on this formula that fights wetness. No leading deodorant spray stops odor better. And now Arid has a new baby fresh scent. It smells,
Get a little closer with the baby fresh scent of Arid Extra Dry.
Arid fights wetness and odor, now in a new baby fresh scent.
We know you. Let it rain, you say to her. We'll have a wonderful day. And you pour the Almaden. Almaden Chenin Blanc. Fragrant, fresh, delicate. It's one of your favorites. We know the wine you like because we've been making wine longer than any other California winery.
Wine,
we know you.
wine.
We make your wine.
You make your wine. I don't think you know me at all. No, that was for Canada. Okay, it's Wordle time. Let's see how quickly we do speed Wordle. What do we got in the Chrono says, so no Mamo Pray Tale. I don't think so, Chronos. Maybe later. Words and pictures and good night, Mamo Pray. Hope you sleep well. Andrew Jills is driving now. If you say Jalodra on my channel, I will play the clip. If you say Gelogia on my channel, I will play the clip. You want me to say Gelogia on your channel? I mean, I will if you want me to. That outfit, says Lovely. The Lovely Sherry has that outfit. Wow, do, says Kronos. George Lucas is in the house. It's keeping an eye on things. Welcome, Mr. Lucas. The Random Menace says, Kronos, I was thinking about exactly the same. Lovely Sherry says, soda tastes so much better from a bottle. I hope you mean a glass bottle, because a plastic bottle is like the worst soda. I actually prefer, okay. My preferred soda is Coke from a fountain into a plastic cup, like a 7-Eleven Big Gulp or a clear plastic. Actually, clear plastic with square ice cubes. That is peak Coke. That is peak Coca-Cola. A hard, clear plastic cup with square ice cubes. That's the best. Doesn't come no better. Okay. What does extra dry mean? You don't want to know. You don't want to know. Cronus is hot on the inside. Okay. So, Wordle, we got to try a 5-letter word and see if we can figure out what it is. 1 letter. LC. Pepsi is better than Coke. Let's see. Pepsi is a 5-letter word. Well, let us put it in. It does, but it's, hey, we've got the P. I had no idea. Okay. So we have the P in the right place and an I. So we know, let's see. Okay. We know there's no E. We know there's no S. And we know there's no second P. So paint. We'll try paint. Even though I'm sure it's not. Holy shit. Okay, so we have the P. We know there's an I and T, but we know they're not in this order. And we know the I isn't last. We know the I isn't second from last. So let's see. I would say point, but no, because let's say pond. Oh, okay, it's got to be I. Let's face it. The I has to be there. P-I-N-T-O. Pinto. Holy shit. I swear I had not played this before. That is a streak of luck. That is a streak of luck. You don't usually get them that quickly. The password is Qapla. Gorilla's Random Thought. Yes, Pinto. Print. I might have been reading your mind, Mama Pray. I got it super quick.
Nah, it's good.
Well, first I decided to choose the word Pepsi. That gave us the P and the I. Well, the P in the right spot and an I. So then I said, well, let me go to word paint. And that gave us everything except an extra A. So I changed the A to an O and put them in an order that they weren't in, because they were all in the wrong place. The I and T were all in the wrong place. So I moved them all down one. Pint, and I threw an O at the end to Pinto. And I was like, holy shit. What were the chances? What were the chances? No, I didn't win any money, Kronos. Unfortunately. Gorilla's Random Thoughts is easy today. Words and pictures is birds of genius. Random Menace says in under 1 hour we'll have the next one. Mama prays not sleeping. Yeah, I know, Kronos. What does that word mean? Pinto? It's a type of bean, right? Pinto bean. The small means small in Spanish, I believe. Alexa, what does pinto mean? What? Alexa, what does pinto mean?
As an adjective, pinto is usually defined as marked with spots of white and other colors, mottled, spotted. As a noun, pinto is usually defined as a pinto horse.
Okay, it could mean marbled, colored, spotted. It can also mean a horse as a noun. I don't. A type of horse, a pinto horse. I assume it's like a pinto bean. It's a small horse or a small bean. I think it's the color of a horse, says Mike Richards. Pinto is a horse. Mr. Lundell says Pinto's a horse. Dang nerd, says Kronos. Gorilla says it's a car with a max speed of 10 miles per hour, and if it got a love tap, it exploded. Yes. Using Alexa is not cheating. It means plebade, a piebald horse. What the fuck is a piebald? A piebald horse? Is that a word? Piebald? Is that like cake bald? Or is that plea? Plea bald? Like you're pleading for this horse to be bald? Please, Governor, give me a pre-balded horse. I don't know. The lovely Sherry says it's a 2-color horse. A 2-color horse. Okay. It's not fair if it also uses Spanish words. It's the kind of words that come across to the common vernacular. And 205, to answer your question, which I refuse to answer, the second one. The second one did it better. Okay. Let's go to Dear Bob. We got 10. Oh, we got 10, but we got a prayers needed. So we're going to skip right to Gary. Right to Gary Katzer, who says prayers needed. My wife and father-in-law just took my mother-in-law to the hospital with what's being called a major heart event. She was awake and conscious when they admitted her. Her blood pressure was 210/90, and she has suffered multiple heart attacks and has congestive heart failure. If those in the community who believe in the healing powers of prayer could just keep her in your prayers, it would mean a lot to me. Absolutely, Gary. Absolutely. I wish her the best. I hope it's something that clears up sooner than later. And I hope it's something she can make a full recovery from. And I'm sure Mama Pray feels the same. Rock Solid's wife and father-in-law took their mother-in-law to the hospital with what's being called a major heart event. Her blood pressure was 210/90. And she had suffered multiple heart attacks. So anyone who believes in the healing power of prayer, please keep her in your prayers. Okay. That first one was spam. Dear Bob, I'd like your response and reaction to this list. Okay. All Star Trek TV series ranked worst to best. Wow. Okay. So there, we've got this covered, which nobody should be reading. As okay, from worst to best. So they're saying the absolute worst Star Trek TV show is absolutely, well, to me, it's hard fought, whether it's Star Trek Discovery or Star Trek Picard. But let's just say it's Discovery. They have it as the animated series. So obviously, it's certainly not the animated series. The animated series would be 5th, maybe 6th. Maybe 6th for me. Short tracks. Okay. Never mind. I forgot short tracks even existed. Short tracks is the worst. Short tracks is, there's no way to even argue that the short tracks isn't the worst. Short tracks have been over and over the examples of the worst written television shows I ever could have imagined. I mean, oh my God. To talk about making Discovery look good. So, okay, short tracks is number 12. Number 11 is Discovery, and number 10 is Picard. We'll go there. Prodigy. Wow. So they're putting Prodigy as the third shittiest of all. No. Prodigy is better than Picard. It's better than Discovery. It's better than the animated series. No, it's not better than the animated series. It's about the same as the animated series. Prodigy, yeah. There's just not a hell of a lot of it. We've only got half a season. Of Prodigy. You know what? I will put Prodigy way back, but I think I put it. I think I'd put it right now with Lower Decks, or just above, or just below Lower Decks. Enterprise, no. Enterprise is not number 9. Enterprise is after, well, it depends. Surely Enterprise is at worst. It's still better than all other new Trek. Okay, Enterprise is at its worst better than, I know some people disagree, but for me, it's better than anything new Trek we've seen, including Lower Decks. So Enterprise, for me, Enterprise is better than Discovery, Prodigy, Picard, and Lower Decks, and short tracks. Okay, for sure. And Strange New Worlds, because I forgot. Discovery, bottom. Second from bottom. Picard, third from bottom. Lower Decks, fourth from bottom. Voyager. Okay, this is, we get some debate. I would put Voyager before. I'd put Enterprise better than Voyager. After Enterprise, Voyager. Deep Space Nine, arguably the best. At worst, the second best. Strange New Worlds, no way. All the way just above Picard. So we've got short tracks, Discovery, Picard, Strange New Worlds, and then Lower Decks. The original series, first or second place. You either do DS9 TOS or TOS DS9. No ifs, ands, or buts about them. The Next Generation, no, I'm sorry. It's not the best. It might have been before Picard, but it fell. It clearly dropped some. That said, I would say for me, it's DS9, TOS, TNG, Enterprise, and Voyager. And what won the Next Gen? Was that it? Voyager is in here? Where was Voyager? Voyager was number 5. DS9 was number 4. The original series. Okay. I mean, this is just ridiculous. Ridiculous. Yeoman Janice Reed wins for me, Words and Pictures. Worst to best, as Andrew Jill. Andrew Jill says, I don't even count Drek, so there's only 6 TV shows. Worst to best, Voyager, Enterprise, TNG, TAS, DS9, and TOS. And Kronos is like Threshold. Ms. Londell says, there's a proper listing of good track to bad. Star Trek, the original series, DS9, TNG, Enterprise, Voyager. Yeah, well, very close. John DeMarco says, Strange New Worlds, better than DS9. Heresy. Unsubbing to Jill. Oh no, Kronos. No. Ms. Londell says, nothing else matters. Enterprise is better than the rest, says Kronos. Andrew Jill's best to worst, TOS, DS9, TAS, TNG, Enterprise, and Voyager. Mike Richards says TOS rules. Dan Ben says DS9 on this list. I don't think I saw it. Yes, it's there. It's there. Brown says, well, at least you have DS9 almost correct. 47 Yorktown says hashtag Janeway did nothing wrong. Kronos says Janeway is always cheating with the time traveling. Andrew Jill says only list of the shows I love. So even if I put it low, it's still great. I hear you. I hear you. Dan Ben says TAS is another show a lot of people forget. Yes. Dan Ben says DS9 is his favorite Trek. Well, I don't blame you. Okay. So thank you to whoever put that
But
in.
wait, there's
No,
more.
No, I'm not leaving. Not leaving. Click the wrong button. Sorry. Bruno says, oh, by the way, all classic Star Trek show are better than the new stuff. Oh. Again, prayers go to Gary. Okay, another Dear Bob. Hi, do you know? No, this is spam. God damn it. I thought I built in a spam catcher. Now I got to build another spam catcher. Dear Bob, so we are all keeping score. Are we to understand the Gorn are now the predator? They're the predator, or they're also aliens because they jump out from your own body. So the Gorn are everything. The Gorn are everything you hate. Star Trek Nitpicker says worst to best. Discovery, Short Track, Picard, Lower Decks, Strange New Worlds, Prodigy, Enterprise, Voyager, DS9, TOS, TNG. Wow. Wow. Impressive. Android of Jill, sorry we're on very early, Spidey. Happy Canada Day. Dan Ben Lowles, no. Kronos says, I wouldn't mind seeing all of Lower Decks. There's only 20 episodes, half-hour episodes. You should tell LDG. He can show them to you. Dear Bob, would you rather eat a tub of chocolate? Oh, a tub of chocolate flavored poop or poop flavored chocolate? Well, I'd rather poop flavored chocolate, but who the hell's ever going to confirm it? Not me and not Mama Pray. I can tell you that much. If you guys want to confirm that I'm pooping flavored chocolate, I'm not even going to mail it to you. You'd have to come here. You'd have to come down here, Khan. You'd have to come down here. Taste it yourself. Chrono says Burnham sounds awesome. Dear Bob, Strange New Worlds managed to kill off the best character of the series. No, god damn it. No spoilers. In one of the dumbest ways possible. Why does it even matter anymore? It doesn't. It doesn't. Strange New Worlds, unfortunately, was garbage. It's been garbage. It was garbage when it started, and it's still garbage today. I'm sorry to say, Strange New Worlds did not save Star Trek. I know we were hoping it would, but it didn't. Dear Bob, in space, nobody can hear you scream. Well, that's not exactly true. I mean, if you're in space and you happen to be wearing a radio and you're in a pressurized environment, people can hear you scream. People can hear you scream. Oh, you say, well, if you're in a pressurized environment, then you're not in space. I'd say yes, but then you'd be dead. So the very fact that you have to say you're in space, but you're talking about screaming, would say, well, obviously, I mean, you're someplace where you can scream. Otherwise, there'd be no point. You wouldn't have to say anything because only an idiot would know you can't be alive, in a vacuum. So I would say that is not a valid saying. Dear Bob, I'll mention this in a few days early rather than your celebration day. Americans say the 4th of July. Saying the date that way is the British way of saying the date. The American way would be July the 4th. Yes? So American Independence Day date is said in the British way of speaking. So Britain still governs the way Americans talk about their Independence Day all these years later. Words and pictures. The 4th of July. And you're saying the British way, wouldn't the American way be July the 4th? July the 4th. I mean, I know what you're saying. When you write something in shorthand, we do month, day, year. July, I would do my birthday. It would be so-and-so, so-and-so, so-and-so. Month, day, year. MMDDYY or MMDDYYYY. That's kind of the American way. But when we say the date out loud, it doesn't have to match how we write it. That's where your issue is. And the way we say our date doesn't have to match the way we write our date. Never did. Never did. Ed S.'s Strange New Worlds is the fat chick that looks hot because she's standing next to the super uggo. Random Menace says, we are in space. Well, we're on the space and on a planet. Ed S says, actually, sound can travel in space. There's 1 hydrogen atom per square meter. One would argue if one cannot hear the sound, Is it traveling? I would have to say no. No. There's not enough. A single hydrogen atom per meter is not enough to transmit sound that a human being would be able to hear. Dear Bop, please unsubscribe from Rock Solid. No! Damn you, soft putty. Dear Bop, my wife and kids. Please start. Did you forget a joke in there somewhere somehow? Kronos can't believe that it's July. I know. Words and pictures having some lighthearted fun. No problem. Kronos says you could hear yourself scream if you had a helmet. That's true. Kronos says you can't hear anything with the vacuum cleaner on. Fair enough. Fair enough. Dan Ben says my birthday is July. Well, have a happy birthday, Dan. When is your birthday? Dear Rocks, sorry to hear the news. We heard it on Birdstream today, and I wanted to reach out and give our best wishes to you and your family. We are all praying for the best and want you to know that you have our love and support. Random Menace says month, day, year is as logical as the imperial system. Okay, I know. And Gary with the mother-in-law update. I had sent that original Dear Bob about my mother-in-law on Monday. They released her Monday evening and she was stable, but levels still elevated. Here on Friday, she's still at home, hasn't gone back to the doctor, but is still not doing great. Well, I am then sorry, but I am happy she is home, but I will give some more intense vibes. However, if I was good at curing heart issues, I would have cured myself by now. But maybe I will do my best. Dear Bop, this Dear Bop was intentionally left blank. Well, and that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Corona says, why is month first? Because that's the way Americans like to do things. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. I'll check the news. What's going on here? Accounts of Trump angrily demanding to go to Capitol on January 6th circulated in Secret Service over past year. Well, if he wanted to go, he should have brought him. Russia says Iron Curtain already descending. Biden pledges to stick with Ukraine for as long as it takes. High prices worth it for future of liberal world order, White House economic advisor tells CNN. Yeah, high gas prices is worth it. Two Kentucky officers killed. Oh, sorry to hear that. Several hurt by gunmen who opened fire at his home. Well, why were they at his home? What we learned this term about the Supreme Court shift to the right. New York bill would force gun owners to reveal social media to obtain license. What the fuck? You see, the Supreme Court bans one thing, and we get this. And then we get this. What the fuck? A New York bill would force gun owners to reveal social media to obtain a fucking license. Okay, the Supreme Court would knock that down. You don't have to be an idiot to know that the Supreme Court just fucking ruled you cannot do this type of shit. Okay, any law that you would have to do, if I would have to reveal my social media before I get the right to vote, is the same type of thing. You have to ask yourself, is it fair to put somebody who wanted to vote to make them go through the same thing to get a gun? That's as simple as it can be. I'm not saying it has to be the same. I'm just saying that's the question. If there is absolutely no way you could ever foresee requiring someone to hand over their social media before they can vote, then there's no way you can ask them to do that before they can get a gun. Now, some things like, make sure they're a citizen before they can get a gun, or before they can vote, and then you want to do the same thing before they can get a gun, that makes some sense. I would love a citizen check before somebody casts a vote. So if you want a citizen check before someone buys a gun, I know they don't, but I'm just saying. They're not asking for that. But those are the type of restrictions you can put in. You can't put in a restriction like this. New York would require people applying for a handgun license to turn over a list of social media accounts so officials could verify their character and conduct under a bill being considered by state legislature. How about no? How about you don't get to see my fucking social media? If I wanted it to be, I'd fucking mail it to you. The provision was part of a proposed redesign of firearms licensing laws, hammered out by lawmakers after the U.S. Supreme Court struck down rules severely limiting who could get a permit to carry a handgun outside their home. A bill advanced by Democrats would eliminate the most strict barriers to getting a permit, but also impose new requirements for applicants. Applicants would have to show they have the essential character, tempered, and judgment necessary to be entrusted with a weapon and to use it only in a manner which does not endanger oneself and others, according to the bill. As part of that assessment of good character, the bill says the applicant has to turn over a list of any social media accounts they have had in the past 3 years to confirm the information regarding the applicant's character and conduct. Go fuck yourself. Applicants would also have to provide 4 character references, take 16 hours of firearm safety training. That's fucking more you need than to fucking become a doctor. Training plus 2 hours of practice at a range, undergo periodic background checks, turn over the contact information for their spouse, domestic partner, or any other adults living in their household. How about no? How about the fucking right to privacy you guys claim is in the fucking... You guys claim there's a right to privacy in the fucking Constitution. Where's that privacy now? Where's that privacy now? Oh. The bill does not specify whether applicants would be required to provide licensing officers with access to private social media accounts not visible to the general public. Well, here's the thing. If it's not accessible to the general public, it's not social media. The idea that the state would let licensing officials review an applicant's speech as a condition for getting a license infuriated gun rights advocates. This is the kind of bill the Gestapo would be proud of. This is the kind of bill you'd see in communist China, says Aaron Dorr, executive director of the New York State Firearms Association. This will never survive a court challenge. This is the kind of concept that would pass in those countries. Democratic Governor Kathy Hochul released the text of the legislation early on Friday as the legislators continued in a special session. Supreme Court struck down a previous rule requiring people to demonstrate an unusual threat to their safety to get a license to carry a handgun outside their homes. This restriction generally limited the licenses to people who had worked in law enforcement and had other special need that went beyond routine public safety concerns. Under the new system, the state would not authorize permits for people with criminal convictions within 5 years for driving while intoxicated, menacing, or a third-degree assault. People also wouldn't be allowed to carry firearms at a long list of sensitive places, including Times Square in New York City. The list also includes schools, universities, government buildings, places where people have gathered for public protests, healthcare facilities, places of worship, libraries, public playgrounds, parks, daycare centers, summer camps, addiction and mental health centers, shelters, public transit, bars, theaters, stadiums, museums, polling places, and fucking casinos. New York would also bar people from bringing guns into any business or workplace unless the owner puts up signage saying guns were welcome. People who bring guns into places without such a sign could be prosecuted on felony charges. In many other states, businesses would want to keep guns out are required to post signs indicating whether weapons are or are not allowed. Gun advocates said the bill infringes on rights upheld by the Supreme Court. We're now going to let the pizzeria owner decide whether or not I can express my constitutional right, says Andrew Lanza, a state senator and a Staten Island Republican. This is a disgrace. See you in the courts. You all know this is unconstitutional. You all know this is just a ruse, another attempt to say to the people of the state of New York, we don't trust you. Fuck, yeah. God damn it, YouTube. The bill would also fix the recently passed law that barred sales of some types of bullet-resistant vests to the general public, but inadvertently left out many types of body armor, including a type worn by a gunman who killed 10 black people in a racist attack in a Buffalo supermarket. I guarantee you the body armor didn't kill anybody. Democrats, with the supermajorities in both the legislative chambers, are expected to pass the bill later on Friday. The bill would get sent to Hochul's desk for her signature, then take effect on 1 September. Damn. Wesley Crusher is back. Bird of Prey, you get so mad. You get up and walk down to their office. Kronos says, cry havoc and let slip the birds of war. Kronos says, Bird of Prey, is your secret snuggle buddy still AOC? If she's got a black eye tomorrow, then you'll know your answer. Actually, this is the state. This is the state I have to deal with. AOC's the feds. I got to deal with New York State, our current governor, and whoever the fuck they elected up there. Daniel's Hot Topic says in Canada, the only people that carry firearms are cops, and that is unfair. Daniel, I know Canadians that go hunting. So there is a way to get guns and hunt in Canada. I don't know how, but I know it can be done. I have never been so ashamed to be a New Yorker. There, in a good world, people would go to prison for this. Okay? They know damn well that this will fail a Supreme Court test. And yet they're passing it anyway. Because it'll take years to get up to the Supreme Court. In a real world, in a good world, in a constitutional world, the people who vote for this would go to prison they would be charged and they would be sent to prison when the Supreme Court gets a hold of this. In fact, the Supreme Court wouldn't wait. They just printed the fucking thing. If the fact that these people are voting on it today would send them to prison tomorrow, they should be able to say, all you fuckers who just voted a law clearly unconstitutional, you're all going to prison for a year. Not forever. Okay? You're not gonna die an old person in prison unless you're an old fucker right now. But if you're in your 30s, your 40s, you'll probably make it out okay. And that's it. You're going to jail. And then, if you want to run for re-election, it's up to you. But you're going to spend a year in prison because you so fucking clearly broke a court order. Dan Ben says, I'd give real money if he'd shut up. Yes, I know. It's a joke. It's a joke. Cry havoc and let's slip the dogs of war. I'm as constant as the northern star. Mike Richards says, don't worry. In the next term, the Supreme Court will get rid of the privacy, get rid of the right to privacy next. Well, they didn't yet, if they did. So, no. Fury over reckless Tennessee bill that would class some gun owners as police. See, even that would be better. Soiled coat with red blood. New York Mayor Adams mourns shot police officer. Wow. Let's see. Fucking New York. New York bill. How are you saying the Supreme Court has all this power? It has no power. The Supreme Court, why does it have so much power? It has no power. It just overturned a fucking law in New York, and already New York is saying, fuck you. Here's now give us your social media. They made it from bad to worse. And they're like, ha ha ha. They are laughing at the Supreme Court. Voter fraud claims are heating up. A battle for political control in oil-rich Loving County, Texas. Fine. Confirm their address. Strange New Worlds writer explains changing Star Trek's Gorn canon. How about you don't fucking change the Gorn? Why would you fucking... Enormous comet has entered our solar system, headed towards Earth. Thank you. Thank you. Please, God, send the comet here. I want nothing else. It's got to end. It's got to end. This experiment, it failed. The experiment in democracy failed, and it will be wiped off the face of this earth. Please let it be by a comet and not by our own hands. Please. This is it. I'm happy. Enormous comet headed. I am.
It will wipe Charlie out too.
Charlie will be better off never seeing what this country becomes.
No.
He'll be happy.
No.
He won't know what hit him. Paramount cancels its best anthology series. What the fuck? Another streaming series has bitten the dust. It isn't Netflix pulling the triggers. Paramount Plus has been putting the axe on one of its longest running series. The dark dramedy series, Why Women Kill, has been canceled on Paramount Plus just before its third season was about to start. How is that long running? I so couldn't give a shit. Where are we? Where? I don't care. I don't care. Okay, let's see what's up with the Gorn. What's up with the Gorn? No, why did that not open? It's over here. Strange New Worlds writer explains changing Star Trek's Gorn canon. Strange New World writer Davy Perez explains the thinking behind the series' major change to the classic Star Trek alien race, the Gorn. Star Trek Strange New Worlds writer Davy Perez explains major canon involving the Gorn. Star Trek, the original series, introduced the alien race known as the Gorn in a classic episode, Arena, which saw Captain Kirk battling one of their number of a barren planet at the behest of a powerful alien race called the Metrons. Since the introduction, however, the lizard-like Gorn species hasn't been heard from much in the Star Trek franchise, at least on the live-action side. But this lack of Gorn in all Star Trek has now been remedied in a big way, with the arrival of a new Paramount Plus series, Strange New Worlds. Though the mysterious race is yet to be physically seen on their show, their presence was felt right through their backstory of Lieutenant Leon Noonien Singh, who was revealed to be a survivor of a Gorn prison camp. The Gorn then figured even more heavily in Strange New Worlds Episode 1, Memento Mori, which saw the antagonist aliens attacking and damaging Enterprise. By episode's end, not only the Gorn made their presence known to the Federation, their physical appearance was also revealed to Spock when he mind-mounted with La'an and shared her memories of being imprisoned by them. But as some Star Trek fans have pointed out, Spock must have forgotten what he knew about the Gorn after this, as he seems to have no knowledge of them in the TOS episode Arena, which of course takes place after the events of Strange New World. Indeed, Kirk and company's encounter with the Gorn in this episode is recorded in Trek lore as official first contact between the Federation and lizard-like race, but it now seems it wasn't first contact after all. The seeming inconsistency is, of course, one more example of how new Star Trek has played fast and loose with the franchise's long-established lore, sometimes to the chagrin of longtime fans. But speaking of inverse, writer Perez gave some insight as to why he felt it was okay to play around with the Gorn and the Federation's knowledge of them. He said, Kirk's idea of the Gorn is different from what he is being told by the Metrons. What? So the Metrons are liars? The Gorn he's meeting in Arena doesn't sync with his expectations of them. It was a personal choice I made in my own headcanon that allowed me to have fun with the writing. You know what? I'm going to make a personal choice to your headcanon. It's going to allow me to have fun with your brain. Mama Bray, I need an electric saw.
Oh, no problem. It's downstairs. Oh. Well, you need it here now?
I need it, and I need some writer. And no questions asked.
Do I have to clean up the mess?
Yes, you're going to have to clean up a mess. Or Sassy can.
Oh.
She'll like it. Then you have to clean Sassy. Viewing it that it may ways that creates possibilities for Gorn stories to continue. Maybe Kirk has never seen them. He could even be one of those who still dubious doubts the stories. How can he doubt the fucking story? He threw a fucking rock at one, he wrestled it to the fucking ground, and he shot it with a makeshift cannon. How is he going to fucking forget? How is he going to doubt? He's going to doubt one of those things threw a rock at him? Up a fucking mountain? Maybe he has seen them and they all look the same. They all don't look the same. I think the safest thing to say is we have no idea what the Gorn are really like. You just dumb schmuck. Check, please. LDG is, oh, check, please. I second that. Kuroga wants to wipe you off the planet. Mike Richards says, don't piss off a New York grandmother. Kronos is saying, I'm weak, so weak. I'm still waiting for Mamo Pray Tale. Kronos is Gorns have cannons. No, but the Metrons did. Kronos' mom has the tool. Mamo Pray has the tools. Mike Richards is saying, cough, cough, bullshit, cough. Kronos is saying, wow. And Kronos thought he had anger issues. Fuck, I am so angry. It's maybe the comet. Fucking, please tell me the comet headed right for Brooklyn or Queens. Enormous comet has entered our inner solar system, headed towards Earth, but it's not coming. You know it's not coming for us. A huge comet has entered the final stages of a multi-million-year journey towards the sun. Damn it. Has entered the inner part of our solar system and is due to make its closest pass to Earth in July. Scientists have known about comet C 2017 K2 for several years. Let me guess, since 2017. The Hubble telescope observed it back in 2017, when it was the farthest active inbound comet ever seen. At that time, the icy space ball was a huge 1.5 billion miles away from our star, even further away than Saturn. Even at that distance, the comet, estimated to be roughly 12 miles across, or less, was heating up and developed an 80,000 mile wide cloud of dust and gas around it. Scientists think C1217 K2 came from the Oort cloud, a colossal sphere of icy objects that orbit our sun out past even the most distant planets of our solar system, like Pluto. The comet has traveled a vast distance, passing the orbits of Neptune, Uranus, Saturn, Jupiter, before entering the asteroid belt that separates it and the inner solar system from the outer. Now that it's in our neck of the woods, having entered the inner solar system, according to spaceweather.com, is due to make its closest approach pass to Earth on July 14th. Though the comet will still be further away from us than Mars. Son of a bitch. Thanks, Comet C17K2. God, thanks, Newsweek. Getting me all happy. I was about to go max out my credit cards. I can buy all the Legos. Just see how many we could do. How despicable me's beloved minions beat Disney at the copyright game. The Texas Board of Education got proposal to call slavery involuntary relocation. Wow. Okay. We're going to check out on the Disney copyright. How Minions beat Disney at the copyright game. Minions are practically public domain, and that made them even more popular and widespread than Mickey Mouse. If aliens ever discovered our deserted planet at some point in the future, they may mistake Minions for hieroglyphic language our species once used to communicate. I sincerely doubt that. The babbling sidekicks from Despicable Me and its spin-offs can be seen on Facebook, mental health pages, on Instagram posts, announcing a baby was born, on the sides of landscaping trucks, They're on party supply stores, balloons, bakery, chalkboards, QAnon protest signs, cannabis dispensary window murals, and they all still look higher than usual. My roommate bought off-brand, vaguely yellow Minions shot glasses from a trip to the Florida Keys. I did not need an article 20 years from now to warn me that drinking from them may be detrimental to my health. They're clearly unlicensed merch. Compare it to the ubiquity to how aggressive Disney handles trademark characters. In 1989, Walt Disney Company brought the legal hammer down on 3 Florida daycares for their murals featuring Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, and other Disney characters. Disney demanded their removal. Nearly 10 years later, U.S. courts passed the Sonny Bono Act, an extension of various expiring copyrights, preventing them from becoming public domain. It was the first of its kind in America, and it's colloquially known as the Mickey Mouse Protection Act, due to its greatest benefactor, the company known for fighting copyright expiration at any cost and defending its brand regardless of public opinion. Certainly that attitude has ruffled feathers, and the daycare injunctions were unpopular among Florida locals. Disney's move was infamous enough to become the basis for a 2008 Simpsons Treehouse of Horror segment where Krusty sandblasts unlicensed images of his face off walls at Maggie's daycare and dies horribly as a result. Ironically, you can now watch that episode on Disney Plus. After Disney struck down the unlicensed Mickeys, Universal jumped at the chance to replace the murals with Hanna-Barbera characters like Fred Flintstone. This was just ahead of the 1990 opening of Universal Studios Florida, where those Hanna-Barbera characters would serve as the park's cartoon mascots. But Universal's current cartoon mascots are far more ubiquitous than Fred, and letting creators put those mascots on walls, signs, indie products has arguably done the studio far more good than chasing down the copyright violators ever would have. Mickey Mouse, created in 1928, is America's preeminent cartoon hero, at least on paper. Traditionally, it's easy to get a day or a week or longer without seeing a picture of Mickey. When was the last time you went a week without seeing a Minion reference? I think I've gone a year. I honestly don't know what. A social media meme or ad or sign or logo. Their dominating cartoon presence in America by a yellow landslide. I don't know the last time I've seen a Minion. Whatever. So, yeah, honestly, these things, I know what they are, but I don't see them. No, I think that that's probably not worth. 44,000 unvaccinated U.S. Guard troops could be penalized. Okay. Simone Biles. Why do I know that name? Megan Rapaport, Gabby Giffords, Denzel Washington among Medal of Freedom awardees. Oh, maybe that's why. There are 11 types of Donald Trump enablers. Which one are you? Okay. I gotta see. Is there a list here? Oh. Messiahs and junior messiahs, demonizers, lol nothing matters Republicans, tribalist trolls, strivers, little mixes, Peter Principle disprovers, nerd revengers. I gotta take nerd revengers, I guess. The inert team players, the compartmentalizers, and cartel cashers. Here's a field guide to my taxidermy of enablers, so you can identify them if in the wild. First among equals were those with the Messiah complex. That Jesus is walking among their crowns of apprentice thorns. The Messiah's self-regard was such that somehow the most grandiloquent leak during the presidency of the world's most bombastic individual did not actually flatter the narcissist in chief himself, but rather the self-appointed messiahs who went on to work for a man who manifest unfitness made them afraid and whose grotesque personality they detested. This is a lot of reading. Okay. Surely you have a more. The junior messiahs told themselves that they were patriots, sacrificing on behalf of the American people who deserved dedicated public servants like them. This belief was buttressed by the fact they often had a point. The staffer who would replace them or the politician would upend their boss in a primary was almost assuredly more terrible. The demonizers were quickest to drink the Trumpian orange as a chaser for liberal tears. For some, this was a dogmatic response to any signs of democratic hostility to the people of faith or free market or both. For others, it was cultural rejection of liberal pieties, the ground, the gears, a discomfort with how fast the script. There's got to, oh my, this is too fucking long. Okay. Then you had the Lowell Nothing Matters Republicans. This cadre gained steam over the years, especially among my former peers in the campaign set. It is a comforting ethos if you are professionally obligated to defend the indefensible day in and day out. Their comments no longer needed to have merit or be consistent because lol, nothing matters, right? The founder of the Trump righty wing site, the Federalist, Ben Demesk, I believe, is the one who coined it. He said the lone NMMRs were inherently fatalist, believing the most apocalyptic predictions about right and left were happening, no matter what lights will go down in the West. Now, from my vantage point, as a rather audacious way of describing a standard issue prep school, man-child of privilege, cynicism has been memorized in teen cinema for ages. But you get the point. The Lowellers decided if someone like Trump could win, then that everyone does in politics is meaningless. So they became nihilists. Okay, well then, that's certainly not me. Tribalist trolls, overlapped in tactics, with nothing matters crowd but are different. At least have an ethos. Whatever is good for their side is good, and whatever is bad for their other side is good. Simple as that. In early social media, I was attracted to this mindset, and for a time, when the stakes seemed lower, I even a member of the ranks. But during the Trump years, I became a hot aghast. It spread like a virus. People's parents and friends, and well, some days it felt pretty much everyone. Okay. If you want to know if you're a tribalist troll, ask yourself this. When something horrible happens in the news, does your mind impulsively hope someone from the other tribe is responsible? Nobody wants to admit that they do this. Well, maybe only sick fuckers do that. Okay. Where's the nerd revengers? Okay, what is a Peter Princess disprover? For the uninitiated, the Peter Principle is the business management concept that people in a hierarchy rise to their maximum level of incompetence. In practice, it means a person will be promoted up until the point where a new skill is required that they do not have. An example is the engineer who becomes a suit and fails because they do not have to manage relationships and payroll when they are actually good at is maximizing widget output. Trump administration was filled with ambitious strivers who were punching their way way above their weight. People who were promoted 3 or 9 or 11 million rungs higher than their maximum level of incompetence. So it sounds like he found a way. Okay. I get that. I've heard of that. The PP disprover is marginally more capable counterpart, had a marginally more capable counterpart, the nerved revenger. You can't really understand Washington without familiarizing yourself with this prototype. The entire city is made up of social wannabes who aspire to sit at the cool kids table in high school, but were too awkward or unlikable to get the invite. When they got to DC, things changed. All the time spent obsessing over political redistricting as a team because of their lack of social aptitude left few options for getting laid was finally rewarded. They landed jobs that seemed more realistic, more interesting than those held by the classmates. And they had been jealous of, and now their younger selves' dorky little dream was becoming reality. Take Sean Spence Spicer. Back in college, he was cringly tryhard. His roommate recalled that when he walked into a room, people would kind of go, Spicer. The school paper accidentally printed the staffers sobriquet for him. Sean Spicer betraying their true feelings. By the time he got to DC, things weren't much different. But in 2011, in the cusp for his 40th birthday, he earned the title that finally made him bona fide, RNC Communications Director. It was in this spot that Spicer finally got to become the man, I guess, he was always supposed to be. At last, he would be the one whom other aspiringly party functionaries would at long last be the one to whom aspiring party functionaries needed to befriend if they wanted a seat at his table rather than the other way around. So when the White House came a-calling, it didn't matter that Spicer had hailed from the party's establishment wing. He was happy to put up with Trump's lunacy as long as he became a star. After all, when you're a star, they let you get away with anything. As he told Jimmy Kimmel, I've never had a boss I represented where 100% I agree with and they believe. That's not the job you sign up for. Blah, blah, blah. Nobody has that. Of course, not everyone in Trump universe had some revenge fantasy to play out. Some just lacked imagination. Right. Okay. Of course. The Random Menace says, Bird of Prey, another effed up word in the next Wordle. Oh. Well, thanks for the heads up, Random Menace. I see you guys are talking about Jadzia Dax. Yeah, I understand. That's garbage. What else we got? Tropical storm Bonnie forms in the Caribbean. Texas getting rain to invest 95L. We've got a tropical storm in the Caribbean. Russian missiles kill at least 21 in Ukraine's Odessa region. Woman miscarried in Ecuador where abortion is illegal. So, of course, a woman has a miscarriage in Ecuador, and it makes news in New York because reasons. No, there's somebody at the door. The camera's off. Yeah, camera's off. Midwest transplant slam New York City's bodegas. Midwest transplant slams New York City's bodegas. Twitter mob gets him fired. Midwest transplant slams New York City bodegas. A Midwestern college grad, huh? Oh. A Midwestern college grad has been fired from his New York City tech job after TikTok videos he made complaining about Bronx bodegas prompted accusations of racism. Griffin Green, 24, relocated
That was me.
relocated to the Big Apple from Michigan last week to take up a new role as a sales developer rep with a software company, Outreach, before being booted from the firm after a Twitter mob called for his cancellation. The youngster subletted an apartment in the South Bronx after arriving in New York and shared a series of videos of TikTok, carelessly claiming culture shock about his new surroundings. Okay, so I just moved to New York and I'm going to go grocery shopping. So I have to type in like grocery stores on my Apple map. And every effing one I go to, they're like this shit, he stated in one video, panning the camera to show a local bodega. Like, bro, that's not a grocery store, he continued in the clip. I'm trying to get like eggs, yogurt, cheese, shit like that. Look at this place. He later stated, like, I've been to literally 5 of those now, and like, I don't know where the fuck I'm going to do about dinner. Like, where are the Krogers and the Whole Foods at? Like, I'm going to eat fucking like cereal and ramen for dinner. Like, what the fuck? One person promptly shared the clip on Twitter, where it quickly went viral. Green earning the Monkier Bodega Bro. The clip attracted widespread attention, with some saying Green was exuding white privilege with his insensitive remarks about the Bronx, a majority minority borough of the city. What the fuck did he do wrong? What did he do wrong? He grew up used to going to real supermarkets. Okay? He was used to going to real fucking supermarkets, and Google decides to list bodegas as supermarkets and he gets fired for it? He didn't say anything racist. What did he say it was racist? He gets fired from his job because he doesn't want to fucking eat bodega food? The clip attracted, you know what? It's better he got fired now. Because if that company was going to fire him for saying anything stupid, better it happened now. I want to know what company it was, because I don't want to be doing business with that company. What company is it?
Just don't say Amazon.
If it's Amazon, then it's a shame. It's a real shame, but I will write a note. Random Menace's hint is out. Your mom should get it in one attempt. You just said it was a very hard word. Now you're saying she should get it in one attempt. It's another effed up word. That's what you literally said.
Okay, he is starting to understand my brain.
Mama Prey says you're starting to understand her brain. Kronos says, is Mama Prey awake enough for a tale? Kronos, Mama Prey.
Have an announcement.
Oh, she doesn't have a tail, but she has an announcement.
Okay.
What's a bodega? Dan Ben, a bodega is like a little generally, okay. I don't want to be thrown out of my house by a bunch of tweeters. It's a small grocery store, but it tends to be tiny, and they tend to be less clean than the big bright grocery stores that Mr. Midwest is familiar with. And I'm just saying, I guarantee you,
It's
if
equivalent
you,
of a 7-Eleven or a Circle K.
it's like a 7-Eleven, right? Okay, like a privately owned 7-Eleven, or yeah,
Circle K. And
that's one way of putting it. Okay, Mom will pray.
Oh, my
Ooh.
announcement.
Your announcement.
Okay. Did everyone just hear the bell ring? Did they hear the?
I don't know if they heard the bell. Because
Okay, well, we just got a delivery. And amongst the 5 boxes that came was the first case of toilet paper that I've gotten in 2 years.
Oh, wow.
Because I bought so much in March of 2020 that I didn't need to buy any until now. So you guys have an idea of really how bad I am. When I think something is going out of stock, or I know it is, I stock up. Thank goodness for the hole downstairs that holds these cases and cases of things I order. That was my announcement.
Thank you, Mama Pray.
You're welcome. Everybody, have a good weekend. A happy July 4th and 4th of July.
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm going to put away all this stuff now.
Okay. Anyway, guys, I'm hearing it in my voice. I think that's enough for today. We'll call it a day. I really don't know what this poor kid did, but fuck. I'm so disgusted to live in a world where a kid gets fired from his first job because he literally doesn't know what a bodega is. And where I can't get a gun, even though the Supreme Court said I can, but my state is going to say, no, we're going to see your fucking social media. And I don't have any problem putting my social media out in front, obviously. In fact, if I was physically able, I would go down there with a running camera and say, I'm here and my social media is running. I'm here to show everybody how I can get a gun. You wanted to see my social media, so here it is. You're live now on it. But I can't. And it makes me sick that our politicians would do that to us. Our politicians would do this to us. And nobody seems to care enough to make them stop. Nobody seems to care enough to make them stop. And Qapla all, bird out.